Hello, I'm Gold Meadows, and we've been covering the arrest of Oregon State University cornerback Exodus Ayers. He was taken into custody on Monday, and this was for fourth-degree assault, among other charges. Now, we have the official affidavit of probable cause detailing those allegations, but let me warn you, this can be graphic to some and even triggering for survivors of domestic violence. Now, as I said, there are a slew of charges here, including 7 counts of unlawful dissemination of intimate images, strangulation, and several counts of fourth-degree assault. This all stems from, according to the affidavit, accusations from the ex-girlfriend. Now, she reported on September 2nd, 2025, she reported to police repeated instances of physical abuse from October 2024 to May of this year. Some incidents, according to this affidavit, they were caught on a neighbor's Ring camera and submitted as evidence. Now, police recording this affidavit say that she reported these incidents to Oregon State University's football coaches, but she felt nothing seemed to change after reporting the information. The affidavit says Ayers, seeking to embarrass his ex, posted sexually explicit videos to social media, to her accounts to embarrass her. Now, I'm going to read a bit from this affidavit to give you a better understanding of what we know so far. It says that Ayers became possessive, did not like her talking to other men, despite the fact that he was talking to other women. Now, this is all in the affidavit. It accuses him of abuse anytime she tried to leave him or when he was trying to get her to leave out. And with that, he would want her to leave, but would not allow her to take her car keys, phone, computer, or other personal items. Now, the affidavit says they had access to each other's Instagram, Snapchat, social media. So photos and sexually explicit videos were shared to her friends and family. The affidavit says that she was never the physical aggressor, but she would she would scratch, bite to get away, and in self-defense. Now, the affidavit goes on to say that all of this ultimately would cause the victim much emotional distress. There were 6 incidents that are listed in the affidavit from September 2024 to May of 2025. I'll read through those a little bit. Not full details, but I'll give you some of what we have here. The affidavit says in September of 2024, the victim was sitting on her bed when Ayers noticed she was texting another male friend, and he pushed her off the bed, causing her to fall on the floor and hit her right wrist and upper right arm. This resulted in a bruise, which she photographed and provided to police. In November of 2024, it was said that while she was at Ayers' apartment, she noticed he was texting other females, which caused her to get upset because he didn't want her communicating with other males. She said during the ensuing argument, Ayers dragged her out of the apartment, despite the fact she was only wearing an oversized t-shirt, underwear, and socks. Now, she stated that she was upset and pounding on the door to be let back in so she could get her clothing and leave, but Ayers wouldn't open the door, even though it was nighttime and cold outside. Another incident, December 2024, Ayers posted multiple videos of a sexually explicit nature involving her and Ayers to her sorority Instagram page. Now, here in the affidavit, it says she explained the video came from Ayers' phone as she was aware of the videos being created, but she never consented to having them released publicly. Now, that is listed here in the affidavit. Another incident I want to touch on is in late February 2025, it was said that an altercation was reported, physical altercation at an apartment, and officers responded, contacted both Ayers and the victim, and they admitted to this altercation, but neither reported injury from the incident. Now, there were other incidents in between those times. I want to lastly touch on the fact that this violence in the affidavit is said to have escalated around the end of their relationship. We're talking April, May 2025. That's when she described that Ayers would slap her in the face, hit her in the back of the head, grab her by the collar of her clothing, and grab her by the waist, physically restraining her from leaving, and grabbing her by the throat on more than one occasion. Now, she says at one point, Ayers grabbed her as she was trying to leave his bedroom and threw her onto the bed, causing her to hit her leg on the bed frame and leaving a bruise just below her right knee. Ayers also, it says, allegedly grabbed her by her throat to restrain her and applied enough pressure that it caused her to start coughing, which caused Ayers to release his grip. I'm going to quickly run through and list all of the charges that are here in the affidavit. The first I have here is 7 counts of unlawful dissemination of an intimate image, coercion, and it says that's through repeated activity like threatening to use her credit cards, pushing and shoving her back into his apartment to control her movements. Another charge here, strangulation on at least one occasion in April of 2025. Assault in the 4th degree. There are 3 counts of assault here, 4 counts of harassment, and a charge of criminal mischief in the 3rd degree. We are going to continue to cover Ayers' arrest and bring you the latest details as we receive them in our newsroom.